I think we are live. Yes, we are live. Hello, beautiful ladies. I will give you a few seconds or a couple of minutes to get tuned. And in the meantime, I will write our mantra for today. I am grounded. I am balanced. I am grounded. I am balanced. In the chat. I try to navigate how the chat works on the phone, but I couldn't yet. But I will work on this and I will let you know. Definitely on the computer, it's on the right side, but on the phone, it may be somewhere below. You may need to swipe up or swipe down the screen and see if it's there. So I don't have my phone here to navigate that yet, but we can work on that later on. I hope you are able to get into it. So okay, and if not, then I would appreciate you to letting me know afterwards how it was, so we can see. So I could be sure that you are watching and those videos are accessible for you. That's very important for me. Alrighty, we'll get to the practice as soon as possible because it might be a little longer practice. We will see. I hope we will be in 30 minutes because I really would like to share with you a lot of resources. Today's practice is going to be grounding and balancing. And that's why the mantra, I'm grounded, I'm balanced. And we will be really working and using couple of or few yoga poses to balance out, to work also on the balance, to take away our thoughts away and then bring our awareness into the body, because the moment you work on the balance and with the balance, there is that need, the physical and physiological need of refocusing from wherever you are to your body in order to keep that balance. This is my observation from a lot of training sessions with so many clients. Another thing I want to incorporate also a couple of energetical balancing and grounding practices, which you could use even literally in between clients. It takes as long as 1 minute for those energetical balancing exercises. And then of course at the end I would like to share with you a couple of tools such as crystals and essential oils, which are very important for grounding as well. So let's get going. Let's start doing what we want to do. And I see right now, I think there are 2 or 1 person watching. I think I figure out also how to see that. So funny how I'm learning also myself. Okay, so we will be here. I'm putting down my slippers, and I have here pillow and little bit of stuffed animal. Why? Because the entire balancing and grounding practice can be also used for tuning into our body to let, for example, anxiety go. And one of the tools for doing that is either connecting to our senses or touching something comfortable, something what brings us comfort, safety, like kind of cozy feeling. And that could be anything for you. That could be your own t-shirt, that could be blanket, that could be pillow, that could be stuffed animal, that could be anything that you, the moment you touch, you feel like home, safe, and the anxiety can be released. So this entire grounding practice, which we are going to do today, and balancing, it truly will consist of couple of tools, but also is going, and not bad, is going to be also very powerful tool for not only grounding, not only balancing, but also working with fears, working with some unsettled emotions, working with anxiety when you feel like you need to come back to yourself or to this earth on this planet. Sometimes we feel like we are floating somewhere else, right? So let's start with getting settled on the mat, moving the mat slightly on the mat, and you are like getting yourself comfortable as much as possible. If you want to kind of move your butt cheeks to the sides and move your feet in different orientation, whatever works for you, get yourself comfortable and grounded. And the first thing I would like you to use your hands and touch to ground yourself by touching the surface around you. If you are sitting on the chair, if you are sitting on the floor, whatever it's around you, touch. If it's chair, maybe touch underneath you, maybe the elbow, like the side of the chair, whatever chair you are. Maybe you want to touch the surrounding around you as you are sitting on the mat. Literally recognize that there is a mat here, that there is a floor somewhere here, that there is floor in front of you, right? Or there is a pillow close by. Even when I'm now having closed eyes, it's like getting yourself like kind of settled. There is that physical safety, there is that physical groundiness into it, right? And you can hold your hands on the ground as we are connecting to our breath. Now we are connecting to our physical body, to its physiological processes, such as breathing, such as raising the chest up, maybe expanding the belly when you are breathing in. Connect to the sound of your breath. You can combine the two by slightly still touching the ground around you while breathing. That could be truly first the basic, the most basic and the shortest practice to ground yourself. If you are in the office and you don't have opportunity to sit, but you are standing, moving your feet against the ground and feeling what they are touching, feeling how they are moving, stretching even, and just feeling that groundedness, closing the eyes and breathing, and even touching the air around you. That could already physically bring you back to the environment where you are at and remind you that you are safe. You are nowhere else where there is any danger. And now I would like you to follow the little visualization. Now we will go into more spiritual aspect, emotional, visualizing, a little bit also mental aspect of it. And this again you can do while seated, while grounding yourself with your fingertips and hands, or feet while standing. Imagine yourself growing little tiny sprouts of roots from underneath your either feet or hands or maybe your pelvis area. And visualize how they are growing. Imagine, I'm not sure if you've ever seen those fast labs, those very quick labs when they are showing some nature, how they are blooming or how they are growing roots or so on. If I'm able to find this, I'll post in our group. But imagine now those little sprouts of those white roots or brown roots are now growing. They are kind of exploring the ground, the soil. They're exploring maybe the floor. Imagine they are going through the floor down to the basement, down to the ground, below your house, below your living room, below your office. And they are like exploring the soil and ground and soaking into it, because now they start recognizing and start finding on their way the sources of water, microelements. And feel how those roots that are like anchored in the ground are actually keeping you anchored and grounded and steady. Keep breathing. Feel that really steady, comfortable anchorage. feel maybe your hands or feet are very like heavy in a way that they are like grounded, stuck to the ground. Like there is even that feeling at some point when I feel like I cannot take my hand from the ground because I feel like they are like intertwined with the ground via those roots. Rooting, I would call that rooting, growing roots from underneath you, underneath any part of your body. Maybe you are lying and you will be imagining roots growing from all your body touching the ground. It's really powerful rooting and grounding, balancing form and practice. I would like you now to imagine that those roots are feeling very comfortable. They soaked all micro elements they needed, the water they needed. They are now shrinking and coming back to you. You may feel little loosened, but nourished. Put the smile on your face and think that the earth just nourished you. Gave that reassurance, hey, drink my micro elements. They are the elements of groundedness. Bring your hands, you can touch your body a little bit. You can go back to your heart. Touch your heart. Keep breathing. And I'd like us now to connect to our senses. If you have your eyes closed, that's amazing. You can of course have them open. But let's now find our space in this place by sensing. What do you smell? What do you sense? Maybe you sense the warmth of your skin as you are touching your heart or hands or thighs. Maybe you feel some goosebumps, maybe tingling, maybe heaviness. What do you sense? What do you smell? I smell candle, mint, eucalyptus. What do you hear? What do you hear? I hear fridge and birds. Those are a couple of or few of our senses that we can connect by simple asking ourselves, wait a minute, what do I smell right now? Get a couple of breaths in and out and recognize the smell you are. And this is really such another grounding, bringing you into the present moment practice. Swim in that smell, swim in that maybe taste. Maybe you ate something shortly before starting this practice and you still have that aftertaste of chocolate, of breakfast, of vegetable, or maybe wine, or whatever you had. I wanted to let you know, notice how by just visualizing those roots, by touching the ground around us, by trying to notice what smell or sensations or noises we hear, we didn't even think about anything stressful right this moment. Like suddenly every thought we had before starting this practice is gone. At least for this few minutes. This is really beautiful, empowering, like kind of a destructive type of way of getting yourself away from what's bothering you to present moment. It's not that you are distracting yourself with doing something else, because that would be bypassing, distracting. It's you are distracting yourself by actually noticing things about you and around you and with you and within you. Keep breathing. So now I would like us to stand and we will start by cutting cords and shaking little off. We'll do it very quickly because there was a long practice about this. Cutting cords using the karate chop, hands as karate chops, in front of you or around you, wherever you feel like kind of cords running out of you and kind of heavy, making you heavy, like maybe unsettled. Start cutting. The cutting cords is another very beautiful practice to literally come back to some type of alignment. After cutting cords energetically, there is already an improvement, even if it's 1, 5, 10% of you feeling little more grounded, little more settled. Then gather all those cords. Remember, we are gathered, dump in front of you on the pile, and you can even stamp on that pile. Imagine you are getting rid of this. And when you are doing that, you can sweep your arms, sweep your hands, even clap to get rid of everything. And we will also shake a little bit our body. Shake your hands, arms, leg. Keep breathing. Shake again. For me, shaking, shaking vigorous or gentle or random in any way or form, it's like, oh, I so needed this. Oh, clap. And another practice, clapping. Sometimes I just clap around me, and that's like clearing out the space around you. I know in the office might be hard. The client is leaving and you're just clapping, right? But when the person is leaving and you want to cut cords before the person comes in, another person comes into your office, you can literally cut very quickly with even fingers, grab it to the side, sweep it up, get one breath in and out, and be ready for your client. Literally, we are doing little extended form because of course we are now in the comfort of our home, hopefully feeling safe and so on. Okay. And now I would like to share with you 3 energetical alignment practices that are very helpful for bringing. Imagine our chakras, imagine our meridian points. They are all over. When we are really unsettled, heavy, all over the place, distracted, all these energy points, all these chakras are like all over, aligned. What we want to do, we want to bring all of them into one line running from the crown all the way to our feet or root if we are seated, meaning pelvis area, tailbone. So how are we doing this? There are many practices, but the simplest one, the quickest one. So take your first 2 fingers, thumb and then indicating finger, I'm not sure if I'm calling them in English properly, and clap touch your earlobes on the opposite side. Doesn't matter which hand is on top of each other, but imagine you're grabbing with those 2 first fingers your earlobes. You can keep steady, comfortable, balanced, and you can close your eyes and breathe a few times. And when you feel ready, maybe for the sake of this practice, we will do like 3-4 breathers, but you are more than welcome to do as long as possible. Shake it off and release, and notice how you feel. Do you feel at least 1 to 5% more aligned? Another one is take your left hand, bring on the back of your neck, just underneath when your skull is touching the neck. So basically it's like almost holding the bottom of the skull and the beginning of your neck. And then take the indicating and then middle finger of your right hand and place little pushing underneath your upper lip. Close your eyes and again breathe in a few more times. release, shake it off again. Breathe in and notice how you feel now. And the last one is take your left ankle, cross on top of the right, and then right wrist on top of the left in front of you, just like this. And again, if you feel unbalanced when you close your eyes, don't close your eyes. But if you are feeling comfortable, close your eyes and again, couple of breaths. And release. Notice how you feel. Shake it off. And now I would like you to stand in the mountain pose. Mountain pose in yoga is your both feet are together. You may not see because of my microphone. Both feet are together and palms are open into receptive pose. So right now we are going to reconnect with our body again, with our breath. Feel how we are feeling. All those practices so far were really practices that can be done all together, just like we are doing right now. Or they can be really separated for the need, for the purposes you need, wherever you are. Many times I do cord cutting and those balancing energy alignment practice, those 3 touching points and ankle crossing and so on together. Okay, holding the mountain pose. And now we will do a couple of yoga poses to also keep balance and work on our balance. What I want you to do is we will do a couple of breathers with the hands up to the sky and down. Bend the knee when you are going down and up. Breathe out. And again. Bring your hands to your chest, to your arm, heart. And what we will do now, we'll start bending knee, bringing our back, booty all the way back, as far and deep as possible. Your both feet are together, hands at your heart. And the moment when you are here, you can stay like this, hold your balance, or you can raise your hands and arms in front of you. Keep your neck steady and neutral. Don't bend it down. Don't also keep it too high. Steady, and you can hold like this for 5 counts, like 2 rounds of breath. Holding, feeling your ankles, knees, legs strong and balancing, strong and grounding. You can wiggle your toes even. Feel how your feet are grounded to the ground. Breathe. I am balanced, I am grounded. Let's incorporate our mantra. And when you are ready, bring hands to your chest and rise up very slowly. Open your palms again to the mountain pose. So the pose which we just did was a chair pose. Which you can also repeat even in your office 2-3 times for balancing. Now we will do tree pose. Bring your hands into your chest, again in a prayer position. And the tree pose can have really few stages. Bring your left leg and just touch the toes on the ground. Bring your feet to your ankle, and while touching your toes to the ground, rest your ankle and heel of the feet on your side of the leg. And that could be already your tree pose. So you are kind of supported. You can bring your left feet a little higher and rested on your chin. Not chin, shin. My goodness, shin. And that could be your tree pose. You can bring this even higher to your knee, or help yourself and bring all the way to your upper thighs and hold like this, tree pose. Whatever you choose to do right now, let's hold this for 2 rounds of the breath. One more. And slide down very slowly, relax, come back, mountain pose again, shake it off. You may want to even rotate that opposite ankle, which was standing and holding your entire pose steady and grounded. Shake it off, recalibrate, and we'll do the same on the other side. Again, either just toes and resting your heel on the ankle, bring your hands to the chest again, prayer positions, maybe shins, maybe knee, or maybe help yourself and bring all the way to the inner thigh. This side for me is also slightly harder. And 2 breaths. If you want to even advance more, in any of this foot position, you can also open your hands, arms, bring to the position up to the sky if you want. If you want to stay there in a prayers position, that's good. And slide down, slowly, slowly, slowly. Comes to standing, shake your feet. Mountain pose and couple of breath cycles. I am grounded. I am balanced. I am grounded. I am balanced. So what we will do now, we will do lunges. So let's go into you can get to the lunge from kneeling position, or you can get to the top of your mat and slide back your foot to the low lunge. Low lunge is when you are kneeling. You see little open your hips. Let's pause here a little bit, few times, for those hips to get kind of used to the stretch, okay? And that's our low lunge. And then hold here, and I would like you to sweep your arms all the way up and reach up to the sky and look up also. That could be one position. You can also open your chest a little more, reach out back and do like kind of crescent low lunge. And another modification here, curl your toes, is to lift up into high lunge. This is really very balancing pose. You can adjust to accordingly to you, whatever you feel like comfortable, whatever your lower back feels like, whatever your knees feel like. If that's the way, that's okay. If you want to keep straight, fine. You want to do crescent, beautiful. Whatever position you choose to use, let's do a couple of breaths here. Lower down if you are in the high lunge. Bring your palms to the chest. And what we will do now, if your right knee is in the front, use your left elbow and let's do twist. So attach your elbow behind the knee and lift your right elbow up, look up to the right side and twist. And again, this position can be used also in the low lunge where your knee is on the ground, or high lunge when your knee is above the ground. Practice, try. If you cannot totally twist, just twist a little bit, even in the straight position. Try, engage yourself. It's very deep stretch and also a lot of trusting in your own self, into your body, in your body. Release, come here, and relax. sit on the heels. Bring your hands to your thighs and relax for a little bit. I am grounded. I am balanced. Okay, we will do another side. So now for me that is the left leg in the front. As you can see, bouncing little bit of my hips just so they get used to the stretch and whatever we'll be doing with them. Right? Now sweep your hands and arms all the way up into the straight or crescent position when your chest is way more open, and curl your toes if you want to raise up to the high lunge. 2 cycle per breaths. Lower it down. Bring your hands to the chest, prayer position, and then now you can twist and anchor that right elbow. Now you can see behind the left knee, and you can stay here like this, or you can leave your back knee, and again 2 breath cycles. Lower down, release to the straight position, and come back slowly to the seated on the heels. I am grounded. I am balanced. Notice how you are feeling. Touch yourself a little bit, connect to your body. And again, in this case, for example, maybe you want to hold on the pillow here somewhere, feel comfortable. Maybe hold on to your stuffed animal, close your eyes, and bring yourself home to yourself. Because in the end, we want to feel balanced. We want to feel in harmony. We want to feel calm. We want to feel settled. We want to feel grounded. And all of those things eventually mean that we want to feel at home with ourselves. Like I feel drawn to really hug it and kind of sway a little bit. You are more than welcome to do anything with that pillow, t-shirt, stuffed animal, so you feel more at home. When you are ready and you feel settled, calmer, bring your hands to your heart and express the gratitude. I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful for being able to ground myself. I'm grateful for being able to balance myself. I'm grateful for being able to come home to myself. I'm grateful for the support I have, the support from my body, the support from the earth, the support from the universe. I'm grateful for showing up here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm coming closer to you to share with you a couple of more tools. I know we are, yeah, it's not that bad. Thank you for watching, ladies. Oh, I know this practice was really compressed, and I know many of those things which we did today in one practice we will be using and utilizing also later on. But I really felt drawn this morning to share. I did 17-18 minutes grounding meditation myself, and I felt the thing was calling me. I am grounded, I am balanced, I am grounded, I am balanced. And I said, I need to share this with you. So I really wanted to share with you this practices. As you could see, we had some sensuality practices, meaning we are connecting to our senses, recognizing and noticing what's going on in our environment, which was really important, necessary to bring awareness to ourselves and our environment, so that way we could disconnect for at least that present moment from any anxiety, stress, and hard emotions. By touching the ground, we kind of physically secured the space, right, for our safety and groundedness. By visualizing, we connected to the earth, to the planet, to the most grounded space we are living on. That is our earth, to the core of the earth. And roots are usually that beautiful visualization, allowing, like the tree, allowing us to ground, get stable, stabilized, and grounded, right? Connected, soaking that beautiful energy from Mother Earth. Then we did a lot of yoga poses for physically working on our balance, but also energetically, because all those poses require not only physical strength in order to keep the balance, but also our mental strength, our mental focus, our mental awareness, and being here in this body, in this moment, on this mat. And then also we did energetical alignment, when we were bringing all these points in our body into alignment, cord cutting to disconnect from. So there was a lot of things. And so this practice was really, really powerful. I wanted to share quickly with you. I used two crystals, hematite, black, very black, and then smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is for groundedness and balance. Hematite is a beautiful crystal to take you away from mind and connect you to your body. This is really beautiful. It's really cool to have hematite on yourself in any type of jewelry form, because it's really reminding you to get out of your mind into your body and rebalance. So it's really mind-body connection crystal. On top of that, I wanted to share with you that for me, very rooting essential oils are the rooty smelling oils. Arborvitae, I don't know, this way. Arborvitae is very rooty. It's made from the roots of the trees grown in Canada. So it's any type of rooty essential oils for me are very grounding. This is very strong oil, strong in terms of aroma, in terms of activity, in terms of also its potentials, because actually it's made of the plants only after they fall off. So the roots of these plants are gathered, and not only roots, I think bark also, are gathered in order to do these essential oils. Only the plants which are fallen, and those plants can grow 100 years. They are really strong. So the essential oil from this is really strong. It's really, I don't even know, 1/3 of the job is enough for me to literally sense it for the rest of the day when I put on my wrist. It's very rooty. I need this sometimes. Another one are patchouli. I read today that patchouli is very balancing and grounding essential oil, patchouli, and it's also very rooty and so on. This one is from Auracacia, not doTERRA, but still. I really don't care much about the brand. However, I am doTERRA now more. Another one is balance. Balance, it's the blend by doTERRA to naturally balanced. It has a lot of rooty, and also it has black spruce and sorry, balance. Balance has a lot of rooty, also oil blends. That's balance. Yeah, it's very gentle. And black spruce. Black spruce is more like tree. For me, vetiver, black spruce, fir, those are also very grandy. Anything related to trees, somehow for me, it's very grandy, very bringing me to the space, to the environment, to the place where I am at. I don't want to extend this video anymore, but I wanted to tell you, if you have any questions, please let me know. I can give you more information about these essential oils, how they play in the emotional phases. I use essential oils mainly as aromatherapy for emotional and mental work and spiritual work. And also, if you need some more information about the crystals, let me know as well. If you have any questions about this practice, please let me know. It was a really powerful practice, but also very informational and educational. So please, maybe you use it, maybe do it a few more times, maybe split it into few phases as you need and whatever you may need. And if you feel like I'm going to do it also in separate blogs, but if you have any questions and if you felt something showing up, I don't know if maybe chat doesn't work on phones, but I am looking forward to hearing from you on our Facebook, in our Facebook community page. I think that would be it. Thank you so much for being here. I think this groundedness practice was powerful. Thank you so much for showing up, and I hope to see you tomorrow. I'm going to let you know by tonight if tomorrow's session will happen or not, because I had something coming up and I really want to make sure I either will be on time back at home, or if I won't be, then we will postpone this to potentially on Monday. But I will communicate with you on the Facebook group about this aspect. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and stay grounded. Remember, you are grounded, you are balanced, you are your own groundedness. Thank you so much. I love you all, and see you in the next video. Bye.